condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, I'm going to have to talk a little bit louder, guys, because I noticed that on a couple of the broadcasts, it sounded like I was fading out a little bit, like I wasn't talking loud enough or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to be projecting my voice. Okay, so please pay attention. All right. Don't be wondering, why is she talking so loud? Like I saw somebody say once before. Why is that lady talking so loud? Well, this is why. Okay, so with that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel, do whatever you got to do to support the Queen. All right, thank you. I appreciate you guys because I support you all. All right, that's why I'm always gathering these receipts, okay? Yeah, please do that. So anyway, with that all being said, let's get this party on the road. Okay, so I have nefarious news, beloveds. I absolutely have some nefarious news. I want you all to be sure to like and share and all of that. Double check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. Now, some of you, I have your emails, so I send you the links before I go live. And I have this service I think I'm going to get for the members, so I can send you all the links, send out the mass links, okay? With that all being said, let's talk about it, okay? Let's see who's in here first. Red Wine Entertainment, Pearly, Juju Beats in the house. Buckhorst DC. All right, Queen Sam is here. Desmond. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. I see you, Claudette. Jeff ATL is here. All right, let's get into it. Giggles. G from the land. All right. Deronda, Courtney J. Cut the bullshit. Wayman is here. Okay. Darius is here. April. Most hated bronze flat power god. Andrew Vesson is here. Lock the vegan. All right, Pearly, did I say you? Randa is here. Okay, Reggie. All right, let's get into it. Cookie, I see you. Ladybug. Okay, I'm sorry, Lady Libra. I'm thinking about Ladybug, who's also in here sometime. Okay, so with that I've been saying 504 NOLA. Let's get into it. Everyone go ahead and hit that like button, okay? Let's make the likes do the math. All right, I see you, JoJo. Reppin' Magazine is in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started. Listen. Now, I had this very strange dream last night, and it was a dream about Justin Bieber and Jay-Z. And I'm like, why am I dreaming? When I woke up, it's like, why was I dreaming about Justin Bieber and Jay-Z? Now, of course, my dreams usually mean something, and especially if they're on my mind as soon as I wake up. So, because you guys know that I'm prophetic. But that all being said, I had a memory about this video that I did like 9 months ago. And I said, how did I forget that I did this video and gave you guys this information? Now, mind you, I couldn't give you all of the information because some of it is, I can't say it on this platform. So what I did is, I know that I have told you all several times at least that, I can't say it on here, so I'm going to post it to my Rumble. Well, this time I actually did, okay, because I get busy. But this time I actually posted it to Rumble. I got up early, did the video, posted it there. You'll be able to get the full information on what I was saying. Okay, I'm going to show you some of it, but this is all crazy because Justin Bieber exposed Jay-Z months ago, and I gave you all the receipts. Now, again, and just remember, because you heard it here first. Now, another thing that I thought was crazy is, you all know that I have these visions, and I also experience synchronicity a lot. Those of you on the spiritual channel know that I told you that. Okay, but also, Wavy Though says Queen's downloads be on point. Thank you, beloved. But also, here is something that I thought was crazy too. So when I woke up, and I was getting my stuff together, getting my receipts and all that, and so I was scrolling, and then I saw something that Sloan Bella said, and I said, "Wow, this is exactly what I said like 9 months ago." Okay, so I'm going to go back to that video, and I'm going to also let you see what Sloan Bella said, because I found it to be very interesting. She basically talked about the real reason why Justin Bieber quit the music industry. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so you all can hear what she says. Like, step, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Music. I've said this repeatedly. He quit music because he said his agent and manager, I don't know which one, I don't know who he's speaking of. His agent and manager wanted him to rape a child.
Okay, I tried to stop that real quick, but did y'all hear what she said? Something about graping and a small person. Okay, hold on. That's what she said about why Justin Bieber quit the music business. But hold on.
Child. That's what he said. That was on the internet. It's since been scrubbed. He was on a bus, a tour bus or a bus. I don't know what kind of bus. Anyway, TMZ caught up with him and they said, "Why are you quitting music?" And he turned around and he said, "You know why?" Because TMZ is always right there because they're in on it. Okay? They're reporting shit. They're in on it. All right? Anyway, Bieber then got snatched up by the Hillsong Side Church people and the Hillside Song Church people, and he became part of that. And then suddenly he went over and married Hailey Bieber.
Okay, so I want you all to pay attention because this was posted, as you can see, looking at the comments, this was posted about 2 months ago. 2 months ago. Okay. Now I'm just making sure I clarify that so nobody says, "Oh, she's using Sloan Bella's talking points," or, at the end of the day, somebody thought Sloan Bella was actually using my talking points. It's not that she's using my talking points. It's that we're both psychic. All right. And I'm not trying to attach myself to Sloan Bella because I stand on my own. But some of y'all, people who look like me, don't believe stuff until somebody who doesn't look like me says it. And that's just the fact. Okay, because I had somebody laugh at me on X when I said that I predicted Kobe Bryant's death. Now, for those of you that were following me when all that happened, I literally did predict it, and y'all know I did because I said it like 2 or 3 days before. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, although I didn't specifically say Kobe Bryant, but I did tell you guys that I had a vision, okay, a premonition of that a big celebrity that everybody loves is going to die soon, and everybody's going to be so sad. And then a day or two after that, before he died, I had a vision of Kobe Bryant on a magazine with his uniform on and holding a basketball, said dead at age 40. And I told you guys how I asked Reno, "Is Kobe Bryant dead?" And he said, "No, why would you ask me that?" And I said, "I don't know. I just saw an image in my mind." and then he was dead. Okay, so please pay attention because you guys know that I've always been on point. Now, with that all being said, let's go to the video that I showed you guys. Like I said, I think it was like 9 months ago. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And at the time, nobody was talking about Jay-Z. We were all focused on Diddy. But I did this video, and here it is right here. I'm going to go to the 40-minute mark. Now, I want you all to pay attention. I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Juju said, been on point every time. Thank you, beloved. Jabber in New York said, not everyone loved Kobe. Well, of course, not everyone. I don't literally mean everyone in the world, beloved. I just mean a lot of people. That's what I meant, okay? So please don't take everything so literal, all right? That's playing with semantics. I told y'all that in 2021 that I thought Diddy and Jay-Z were fans. Okay, I'm going to fast forward to the 40-minute mark. And also, let me just back this up so you all can see the timestamp on this. Y'all see that? It got like 8,100 views. This was 9 months ago. The title of the video is Diddy is a Distraction for Lucian Grange, The Real Problem, and What They Do to Justin Bieber. Like I told you guys, I have so many receipts I can't keep track. I literally forgot all about this video until I had that dream. And then I woke up this morning, was scrolling, and then I saw Sloan Bella and heard her say what she said. And I'm like, wait a minute, I did say that. Okay, so we'll start right here. Let me pass this commercial. Hold on. And everyone, please make sure you like and share. Thank you. And I'm talking about combined. He made more money than all of them combined. So that should let you know how much power he has. Okay, please pay attention. Now, Lucian Grange joined Universal Music in London in 1986 to launch a music publishing company, Polygram Music Publishing UK. Now, within a half a decade, the exec had led Polygram to become one of the top 3 music publishing companies in the British market. In 1993, Grange joined Universal label Polydor as general manager of A&R and business affairs, working his way up to the position of Polydor managing director in 1997. Okay, so just a couple of years, or a few years. Now, after being promoted to deputy chairman of Polydor in 2001, Grange then upped again to chairman and chief executive officer of Universal Music UK. 4 years later, Grange was appointed chairman and chief executive of Universal Music Group International, running UMG's global operations outside the United States. Now I want you all to pay attention outside the United States. Remember when I told you all a very good reason why Homeland Security agents are the ones who descended upon Diddy's homes in the raid and they led the whole thing? It's because I told you all, globally, these things that Diddy's accused of, they don't just span throughout the United States. Some of these things have crossed, borders. Some of these things are going on in different countries, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. Now, it goes on to say Grange was then appointed CEO of Universal Music Group in 2010 before being promoted to chairman and CEO the following year. One of Sir Lucian Grange's first major moves as chairman of Universal Music Group will forever form a big part of his legacy, the acquisition of EMI Music. The process of acquiring EMI from Citigroup began in 2011 and was completed in September of 2012, with UMG buying the British major record company for $1.9 million or 1.2 billion pounds, okay, in London money. Now, at the time, Grange said, this is a next step towards ensuring the health of our industry. EMI is finally returning to people who have music in their blood. We are acquiring incredible labels and a roster of stellar talents, including top-selling artists like Katy Perry, Lady Antebellum, the Beatles, and the Beach Boys. We remain true to our vision of investing in EMI, growing the company as a vibrant source of new music, offering consumers more choice, and supporting the growth of online music services. In addition to ingesting blockbuster artist catalogs and huge label brands, including Capitol, the EMI Music acquisition also netted Universal. Hold on, guys. Let me say, for those of you asking for my Rumble information. I just put the link in the chat. Desmond, I'm sorry. Don't put that link back in there because I gave you the wrong link. I gave you the link directly to the video, but because of the title of the video on Rumble, I don't want you to put that in the chat. That's why I deleted it. Okay, but there is the link to the channel, and you can find the video on there. I just uploaded it this morning. Okay, so let's continue. And also, yeah, that's all I need to say. Okay, so let's continue.
Ownership of Abbey Road Studios. Following an investigation into the proposed EMI acquisition by European regulators, Universal divested Parlophone Music Group to Warner Music Group for £487 million in July of 2013. Okay, so I said all that to say this. This man has lots of money and lots of power. Okay, I do believe that he is one of the most influential men or people, you know, in the music industry at this point. He has a whole lot of power. Do you all really think they're going to let him be taken down? Well, I seriously doubt it. And like I said, Diddy is a distraction from him, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? Now, this is what I thought was interesting about him. Hold on, let me see if I have that receipt. Here's what I thought was interesting about him. This is speculation. Okay, this is pure speculation and alleged. Okay, this is not something that is known to be factual at this time. But currently, it is circulating that Universal Music Group CEO Lucian Grange took part in having Justin Bieber, when he was young, drugged and raped repeatedly by X-Files in the music industry. Yeah. That is what is alleged. Again, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just telling you of the allegations. Okay.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000.
As someone in the industry told me that, so got upon very good information, and I just find it all very interesting because, again, look at the look on Justin's face. And here's something else you may not know. I'm not going to be able to tell you all of this of what I want to say, but I'm just going to tell you some of it. But listen to this. This is really, really disturbing. Okay, I'm not going to be able to say it all. Like I said, maybe I'll do a whole thing about it on my Patreon. Maybe I will. This is from some years ago. Recently, Justin Bieber was all over the news for abruptly canceling the rest of his Purpose tour. While his fans and media were angry with him, he never stated a reason for his decision publicly. And now it seems like we finally know the real reason. And it's all nefarious. I mean, it is beyond nefarious as far as I'm concerned. So in the last few months, Justin had become a more active Christian and a regular member of a Bible study in Beverly Hills. So last week, and remember, this is years ago. So when they're saying last week, it's years ago. Last week, he then shared a horrific story with the other Bible study members, explaining why he felt that he had to quit his tour and take a break from the music industry. He was attending a party with many other producers, power agents, and different important figures in the music industry. And here's what Justin said. Something happened. Something was brought to him for him to do a certain thing. And I'm not going to say what it was, but something nefarious happened. And this is what Justin said about it.
Now, that something that was brought to him for him to do is exactly what Sloan Bella said that I didn't want to say. Okay, but let's continue.
He said, I didn't want to do this. I really didn't. It was horrible. I wouldn't just be a performer if I did it. They said I would be a mogul. That path would open up for me just like it did for Jay-Z. Please pay attention. Why would he say Jay-Z of all people? Well, you're going to find out tomorrow. It's the difference between being a millionaire and being a billionaire. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that?
Swedish house boss said free Diddy. You must clearly be trolling. You must clearly be trolling. Swedish house boss. Moderators, keep an eye on that person, because if they start talking crazy, let me know. Happy birthday, that crazy beast Aries. Okay, y'all keep an eye on that person, because I know they got to be trolling. Celebrity and crime intergalactic news. So something happened. I can't tell you what it was on ScrewTube. Something was introduced to him for him to do a certain thing, and he did not want to do it. And he said, I didn't. This is what he told church people. Okay, he said this publicly when he was with his Christian people that he does Bible study and all that stuff with. And there's a picture of Justin, and he looks very, very sad. It really makes me almost want to cry. I'm not even joking. What he said that they wanted him to do, that's what almost makes me want to cry. So just knowing that somebody has to live with knowing that's all crazy. But hold on. So here's what he says again. He says, I didn't want to do this. I really didn't. It was horrible. He said that it was made clear to him. I didn't tell you this part first. He said it was made clear to him that he would gain entry to the business side of the industry if he joined the club by passing the initiation rites. I want y'all to pay attention. That's what he had to do, something to pass the initiation rites. I wouldn't just be a performer, I'd be a mogul. That path would open. Hold on, you all stop saying happy birthday to that crazy bitch Aries. Her birthday was 9 months ago. Don't forget, you all are looking at an old video that I did 9 months ago, beloveds, okay? I wasn't telling her happy birthday today. This is on the old video, all right? Are y'all paying attention? I have several questions. Please keep listening. Open up for me just like it did for Jay-Z. So apparently Jay-Z did what he had to do. It's the difference between being a millionaire and a billionaire. Now, with that in mind, watch this. Because I know some of you all saw it already, but I want you all to pay attention. Because this is exactly what the guy in this video said.
Nature is taking back all that was once hers. We were the virus. Permanent payback.
So I decide to walk around the right side of the house because that's where my appetite. At this point, I wanted nothing to do with these people. So I went up to the only familiar face in the room. The agent that invited me was the only other person not eating. So I approached him and lifted up my mask so he'd recognize me, considering we'd only met one time. Before I even got out my greeting or got my mask halfway off my face, he abruptly pressed my mask back into place and sharply said, "Mask stay on till the 6th room." He did it in a way that seemed like I was embarrassing him for not knowing the rules. So to ease the tension, I jokingly replied, "So we're only halfway there, huh?" He didn't laugh or make eye contact. He just dismissively replied, "I encourage you to engage in the festivities. A slow drip is better than a flood." He started to walk towards the door as the clock chimed for the next room, like he knew it was about to go off. I didn't like that interaction at all. He's the one that invited me here, and he seemed to have no interest in talking to me. I just kept going over what he said the entire time while we were in the next room. This room was yellow and basically just a casino. I wanted to talk to David privately and let him know that I wanted to leave, but he seemed to just be caught up in the momentum of the party. Plus, there was a roulette table in the room. And David's freakishly good at roulette. So at this point, the winning streak that he's building is the center point of the party. I can't fully focus on what the agent said to me because I have to pretend to be excited about David's winning streak in a fake casino where you're not actually winning money. And like clockwork, the chime goes off. The entire party starts rushing to the next room again, and the vibe changes dramatically. I'm the last person to walk into the bright red room. This room didn't seem to have a specific activity like the others. It was just empty and bright red, and everybody was whispering to each other. For a split second, I thought it might be a big game of telephone or something silly like that. But as I started walking through and brushing shoulders with these people and hearing what they were saying to each other, I started questioning everything. The same people that I saw laughing and celebrating and eating together were whispering the most heinous, offensive comments directly to each each other. I mean things that you wouldn't even say behind your friend's back. They were saying it to their face. I'm talking friendship-ending secrets and personal opinions about each other laced with envy and jealousy. I hurried to a quiet corner because I was sick of hearing everybody's dirty laundry after walking around for a minute and a half. And it all clicked. I knew exactly what this party was. I see the host ask the first person in line a question before having them repeat something that he said. When I tell you I am done with this party, I'm absolutely not doing it. All the dots start connecting in my head while everybody's being horrible to each other around me. I'm trying to recap the whole night and remember the order of each room to solidify my suspicions. But the chime for the next room goes off. This time, everybody gets eerily quiet and calm, like they got all of their venom out. The host of the party announces for all of the newcomers to come to the front. All of the attendees form a single file line in front of the next room's door. There's about 10 other newcomers in front of me and David, and the agent that invited us is standing to the left of the door, and the host of the party is standing to the right. The host has a pile of books on the table next to him. I see the host ask the first person in line a question and then grab a book based on his answer. He would present the book to the person and place a diamond-shaped metal symbol on top of it before having them repeat something that he said. Then he'd take their mask off and let them enter the next room. I couldn't make out exactly what he was doing until there was only 2 people ahead of me in line. The books were Bibles, Qurans, Torahs, and so on. He would ask the person, and which one is yours? Whichever they chose, he'd grab it and place the metal symbol on top of it. He'd have you put your hand on top of the metal symbol and then repeat, I am my own God. I bow to nobody but myself. When I tell you I am done with this party, and I whip my head around and I tell David, I'm absolutely not doing it. David whispered back in a joking tone like he always does. Dude, it's just a party. Who cares? I'll see you in the next room. And he skipped me in line to show me that he'd do it.
Now, thank you, Diddy in Dallas, for being a YouTube member, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. Now, I want you all to pay attention because he said that the person said, I am my own God. I bow to no one but myself. Now, I just told you guys last week, I think it was, when I was talking about Jay-Z, you know, and his alleged ties to Satanism and Aleister Crowley's teachings, who says, do as thou wilt. And I told you also his alleged ties to the teachings of Anton LaVey, who said, you know, he would tell people that Satanism is about worshiping yourself, okay? But it's also about worshiping Satan, okay? Please pay attention. But he would tell them that it's not about worshiping Satan. That's how he would lure people into it and say it's about self-praise and self-worship. Now, you just heard him say that they told him, you know, I bow to no one but myself, okay? I just want you all to pay attention. Okay, but let's keep going.
First to make me feel more comfortable. He went through with it and giggled his way into the next room. It was my turn, so I tried to play it cool and whisper to the host, do you mind if I skip this part? It's making me a little bit uncomfortable. I thought he'd subtly break character and reassure me that this is just a party theme and it's all good. Instead, he whispered back to me in a really kind tone, of course, man, don't worry about it. Just take your mask off and turn around. I was relieved for about a split second before the agent that invited me here grabbed my arm and started guiding me towards the exit. And I see that everybody that was behind me in line was staring at me straight-faced. I look back at the host and he's standing up and loudly shouts like he's starting a chant. The price was not paid. And then everybody in line that was staring at me chants in unison like they knew exactly what to do. Remove the profane. And they repeat it over and over until I'm through the exit door. The price was not paid. Remove the profane. The price was not paid. Remove the profane. So the agent just walks me to the closest door. He doesn't even walk me to the front of the party and out the front door. He just puts me out into the backyard. It's 4 a.m. My friend's still inside. I don't have my phone. So I decide to walk around the right side of the house because that's where all of the party attendees were kind of headed. Let me see if I could peek in and maybe flag down David to let him know I got kicked out. And there's some windows to the next room. But of course, these windows are like big church stained glass windows. And you can't really see through stained glass windows like the colored ones. But if you go really, really close and you look through the white parts, you could kind of see clearly what is on the inside. And this room is like a bizarre church replica without all of the seating. It's just a big church-like room. And all of the people that were in there had their masks off. And it was like a big circle and almost looked like an initiation. And all of these celebrities are standing around in a circle around the other 9 new people. It was 10 excluding me. And there was big TV grade cameras recording, and it looked like the group of celebrities and everybody else that was there was kind of cheering them on. But then there was clearly people in there that were much more serious and kind of threatening, and the 10 new people were in the middle of this room being forced to do horrible things that I wish I could unsee. And the new people clearly didn't want to do these things. They were being forced to do these things. And they were clearly recording it. And I see my friend being forced to do these horrible things in front of these people and in front of these cameras. I just start panicking. I don't know what to do. So in my head, I'm like, I just need to get out of here. So I start speed walking to the front of the house. And I'm thinking, I need to get out of this gate. There's only one street. We're on Laurel Canyon. So it's either I go left and start running towards Studio City, or I go right and start running towards West Hollywood. I'm not about to go knock on other people's doors. I'm just trying to get back to civilization. And I'm trying to remember if we're closer to Studio City or if we're closer to West Hollywood. I don't even know. As I get to the front of the house, one of the employees is standing, and he's standing in front of a car, and he has my phone. I'm not sure if he knows that I just saw everything. So I'm kind of standing there deer in headlights, but he just politely goes, here's your phone and here's your ride. Don't worry, the driver will take you home. So I take my phone and I sit in the car, and I'm trying to gauge to see if this driver has any malicious intent, but he doesn't seem to. And within the first 3 minutes, I know that they don't think I saw anything. They were just getting my stuff prepared and my car prepared to take me home, because they're under the impression that I didn't see anything too bad. And I got kicked out before any horrible things started happening to people inside of this party. So I get in the car and I'm checking my phone, and my phone was fully charged when I got here. So I don't know what they did, but my phone won't turn on. I have to sit through this 30-minute car ride. One of my best friends.
I'm going to stop it right there for a second, because I want you all to hear the part about the food when they were going to the different rooms. Hold on just a second. Let me rewind it back.
It's hard to put into words the horrors that we've witnessed every day during our time here. Entire families coming to the...
And I want you to hear it for a specific reason, which you'll find out in a minute.
With who I knew was a content creator and was in the know about, to drop his car off at my apartment. Different shades of blue. The music was romantic, and all the furniture was cabana beds and love seats. I stood there for a second trying to realize the agent that invited us standing right behind him. The speech was basically just encouraging everybody to have fun and explaining the itinerary of the night. Apparently, this was a themed room party, and all of the guests were instructed to move to the next room whenever the grandfather clock chimed. He wrapped up his speech with some cheeky joke, and then one line that still irks me to this day. He said, "Have fun now. Our descent starts at midnight." I tried to give David the eyes that I didn't like where this party was going. This type of behavior from people that I saw as adults made me extremely uncomfortable. The moment the host wrapped up his speech, a couple of workers came out of the doorway. They were holding a couple sets of long poles. All of a sudden, music started playing, and everybody seemed like they knew what was going on. So I just went along with it. So I guess these parties start off with a big game of limbo. It's funny seeing people dressed so nicely playing a silly child's game, but it's even weirder seeing A-list celebrities being so excited to play, because everybody had masks on. But when somebody that you grew up watching in movies walks by you with a quarter of their face covered, you still know it's them. I was amazed with how inviting and willing to introduce themselves these people were. I was expecting at least an undertone of uppityness, but it seemed like everybody was involving everybody in conversation, and they were frequently introducing themselves to me with their alias, of course. The only thing weird about it was something that I didn't notice until the third person did it. When they shook my hand, they pressed their thumb into the soft part between my thumb and my pointer finger. And I only recognized the pattern because the third guy gave me a big smile and said, "This must be your first time here." In retrospect, this should have alarmed me, but it seemed like they got friendlier when they realized that it was my first time here. So I didn't really think anything of it. But before I got to ask any follow-up questions about this odd handshake, the first grandfather clock chime went off, and everybody excitedly rushed into the second room. When I finally got in there, I was taken aback by the dramatic decor change. Everything in this room was different shades of blue. The music was romantic, and all the furniture was cabana beds and love seats. I stood there for a second trying to realize what was different, but I couldn't put my finger on it until some girl walked by and caressed my shoulder in a really flirty manner. The decor changed, but the way everybody was acting was drastically different. Before,
I feel genuinely nervous to release this to the public. If you are a coach, a service provider, or you sell any kind of high...
With the hashtag yummy underneath in the music video.
With the food. Did you all hear that part? Into it just now, but I remember what he said. So with that all being said, now here's the thing. I want you to pay attention, because Justin Bieber, what he said happened to him at that party. I didn't tell you all exactly what it was, but I did tell you that whatever it was they wanted him to do, he didn't want to do it. That young man, what they wanted him to do, he didn't want to do it either. Okay, he was very bothered by it, so was Justin. Now, that young man talked about the food and how everybody was just wolfing the food down and just acting crazy. Well, this is what I want you to pay attention to. Hold on. If you all remember Justin Bieber's video, Yummy, that came out some years ago. I think I did a video on that when the video came out too, but pay attention.
Do y'all remember how creepy Justin Bieber's Yummy video was? Let's start off with the promotion for the song. Justin had uploaded over a dozen pictures of babies onto his Instagram page with the hashtag Yummy underneath. In the music video, you can see Justin eating at a table, enjoying food with a bunch of the elite or rich people. He's enjoying a sandwich until gross food starts coming out. Then he's no longer eating, but all the rich people at the table are still eating the gross food, still participating in the gross acts. And towards the end of the music video, you see a plate with a baby Justin Bieber on it, and it says Yummy. During the filming of the music video, Justin Bieber had a panic attack and had to stop filming for a while. And when asked by Ellen what Yummy meant, this is what Justin had to say.
What were you thinking of when you wrote that Yummy?
Yeah, my sex life.
Okay.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm married, you know?
Yeah. So you got that Yummy.
That's what it is, you know?
Yep, Yummy.
Woo! Is it getting hot in here?
Yeah, it was about his sex life. And then y'all find it weird how he was sipping tea in front of Ellen and got a little nervous. Y'all tell me what you think Yummy was really all about.
Now, lady, you come to my house. You come and stay. Would you like to come and stay?
Okay. So anyone venture to guess what that video was about? Anyone venture to guess? Let me tell y'all something. That video was Justin Bieber exposing what goes on. I want y'all to pay attention. He was exposing what goes on, and he was telling you what happened to him. That's why there was a baby version of him on the plate. Okay? That's what it was. And then when she asked him what it was about, Ellen knew what it was about, and he knew that she knew. And that's why he said his sex life, because he was letting the audience know, or anyone who had the wherewithal to catch the subliminal, that it was about sex. That's what he was letting you know. Okay? Pay attention. At the end of the day, Ellen knew what was going on, and that's why he took a sip of that tea and had that look on his face. Okay? Because he already knew she knew. She was sitting there trying to play stupid. But Ellen, please sit down somewhere. Let's not forget a few years ago when we saw that hold on, I'm doing something real quick. When we who remembers a few years ago when there were rumors going around about some of these celebrities walking around with ankle monitors on and all that stuff, and Tom Hanks was supposedly being exposed about some stuff thanks to Isaac Cappy, and then Ellen came on an Instagram live with a sweatshirt on that said "Run, Forrest, Run," and then Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson were allegedly over in another country for quite some time. Do you all remember that? Anybody remember that? And people were speculating that when Ellen wore that sweatshirt that said "Run, Forrest, Run," that she was giving him the signal not to come back yet. Did anyone catch that? Did anyone catch that exquisite feeling?
The best way to be ready for tomorrow is to plan today. Get a head start on your child's future.
Questions. So let's get into it. Let's start with Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein had a whole island where there was all sorts of perverted things going on, supposedly. And then he had all of these people that were involved in these things, and people who didn't say anything, victims afraid to come forward, people who simply turned a blind eye. And this went on for decades. And then there's also the fact that other people who were involved, some of them too were billionaires. I find it all very interesting. Please pay attention. Billionaire Les Wexner, who owns The Limited, as well as Victoria's Secrets, and also is the person who appointed the CEO, Michael Jeffries, to Abercrombie & Fitch. Well, he was good friends with Epstein, supposedly, because he even had him listed as one of the people on his trust out of 3 people. And also, once it came out what Epstein was doing, he said that says that he broke off the relationship. Now, when he says broke off the relationship, that sounds like it was an intimate relationship, not just friends. Please pay attention. And then the same man that Les Wexner appointed as the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, Michael Jeffries, who's also a billionaire, by the way, has recently been accused of trafficking and assault. Don't you find this interesting? Because this all can't possibly be a coincidence. Harvey Weinstein was another billionaire who was accused of things and convicted of them and supposedly did these things for over 3 decades. Now, this was an open secret in Hollywood. You had victims afraid to come forward because of intimidation and because they know that people with money and power, they absolutely can afford to have other people carry out nefarious acts for them to prevent people from saying anything. At the end of the day, victims scared to come forward, other people who don't want to fall out of grace with these people, like Oprah, who refused to say anything negative about Weinstein, who wouldn't denounce him. Well, these people just keep silent and sit there and watch idly, stand idly by and watch as these people carry out these nefarious acts. And at the end of the day, this is what happens when we have the wealthy, privileged people who have a way of controlling the narratives. Then you have Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, who was accused of being involved in trafficking in 2019. They didn't say that he specifically was the one doing the trafficking, but that he was involved in it in Florida. This is also nefarious. Recently, I did a video also about Vince McMahon, the former CEO of WWE, accused of trafficking, assault, and sexual exploitation by a woman by the name of Janelle Grant. This is also crazy. At the end of the day, this can't be just happenstance, can it? And then we have Diddy, another billionaire. Well, we already know what Cassie accused him of: trafficking, abuse, sexual assault, and more. Please pay attention. Even Oprah's name has come up in some nefarious things that have supposedly happened at the school that she opened up in Africa. Remember the assaults that supposedly happened within 10 months, not even a whole year, of her opening the school? And let's not forget about what they had rumors of going on underneath one of her homes. Of course, she said that wasn't her home, but it was still something that was said. Now, I'm not saying it was true. And in fact, for all of these people that have been accused, I'm not saying any of the allegations are even true. What I'm saying is you don't see a pattern or a trend of these billionaires. And let's not forget what Christian Keys recently said about a billionaire trying to get him to do things and offering him money to do so. Now, he didn't name this person specifically, but at the end of the day, he did say that it was another billionaire. And just in case I wasn't clear, billionaire Les Wexner wasn't just a friend of Epstein's. He was also accused of having relations, unwanted relations, that is, with Jeffrey Epstein's victims, at least 2 of them. And also, it's important to note that all of these people that were accused were in fact accused by multiple people, not just one. Please pay attention. When I was a teenager, I used to wonder what the scripture meant. Then said Jesus unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. Well, now I think I know exactly what that means.
Have you heard about the people who are investing in real estate that's backed by the government for just a few $100s? It's actually
Okay, all nefarious as far as I'm.
I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh, why do you want to know the sex stuff from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
You like French girl?
Oh yeah.
Some really weird questions. And all the name about right there.
Things on blast,
You want to say
I want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything. I want to.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. So we can clearly see that some very traumatic, I'm sure, things happened to Justin Bieber. Jay Gray said, interesting how these billionaires did all these nefarious acts, and they became billionaires, just mixing the name and add hot water. That's about the size of it. That is about the size of it. So all just real crazy as far as I'm concerned. But hold on, because Stephen Baldwin is Justin Bieber's father-in-law, because Justin is married to Stephen Baldwin's daughter, Haley. Now, if you don't know who Stephen Baldwin is, he's one of the famous Baldwin brothers who's an actor. There's Stephen, William, Alec. I can't remember the others, but I think there's at least 5 of them. Okay, if memory serves me correct. Alec Baldwin has always been my favorite as far as acting goes. But Stephen Baldwin seems to know something, because he said some, he left some cryptic messages on his TikTok. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on, I'm trying to rewind this back. I mean, he's left several cryptic messages.
It is all of them. All of them. And not one will be able to escape.
Okay, so that sounded crazy to me. He said it's all of them and not one of them will be able to escape. Now, I want you all to pay attention to that, because what did I tell you guys? I told you all on several occasions that I said, if you watch the movie Rosemary's Baby, that was full of subliminals. It was directed by Roman Polanski, who fled this country because he was accused of raping a 13-year-old. But they still allowed him to win an Oscar around 2005, if I'm not mistaken. So I find that all very interesting. But that movie was full of subliminals. And let's not forget also, which is strange, that Roman Polanski's wife, Sharon Tate, who was an actress back in the late 60s, early 70s, I believe it was, she was murdered by the Charles Manson family, okay, and the Helter Skelter thing, all right, in a very ritualistic way. The baby was literally cut out of her stomach, okay, and all of the people at the residence where she was, which was Roman Polanski's residence, were all killed. So I just want you all to pay attention. All of this stuff all ties together, and it's just very sick. Now, with that all being said, the reason I brought up Rosemary's Baby is because I told you guys that in that movie, not only were there subliminals, there was a part in the movie where someone was trying to warn Rosemary about the satanic stuff that was going on and about the coven of witches who were doing this black magic and everything. And she went to someone else trying to get help. And then she read somewhere, I think she read it in a book that she was given, where she said, all of them witches, all of them witches. Now, Stephen Baldwin just said all of them. Okay, so I'm trying to tell you that what they're basically saying is all of these people are in on this stuff. Not every single one, but likely all of these billionaires in Hollywood and the music industry. Allegedly. That's what I think he's trying to say. Okay, and I think that's exactly what they meant in that movie, Rosemary's Baby. Okay, because in the movie, if you've never seen it, the movie is about a man and his wife who move into this new place, and they meet this old elderly couple who's into witchcraft and satanic stuff. And they don't know it at first, but they soon find out. And then the husband, who's an actor, is trying to get a big role. So then he allows some satanic ritual to be performed on his wife for the devil so that he can get what he wants. Now, I'm sorry, but that sounds like a documentary. Okay, not just a movie. All right, so please pay attention. This stuff is all crazy. Now I'm going to go to another one of Stephen Baldwin's videos. And these are very short clips, but he just seems to say some strange things in them. And one of them, he was literally crying.
Hollywood keeps telling me. You know what Hollywood keeps telling me? Shh, don't say anything. You know what the American church keeps telling me? Shh, don't say anything. You know what I have to say to Angel Studios and the new TV show Homestead? God's wrath is upon you.
Okay, I find it all interesting. So when he's saying God's wrath is upon you, he's talking about these people being exposed. That's what I think he's talking about. And I want you all to pay attention because this is all just Real creepy, okay?
Let's take a look at him. Let's take a look at Diddy, for instance. Let's take a look at him. Let's take a look at, he has videos. He has videos of the parties. Now, what I've heard, which I don't know how much of it is in mainstream media, I don't really follow the story that much, but what I've heard from friends that are attorneys, friends of mine that have represented me before, agents and so on, is there's a bidding war going on right now. They're driving that price up because if you want your client and your famous actor to not be involved, a famous singer to not come out, here's the price. And that they're just selling to the individuals that are in those. This is what I heard. They're selling those videos. So if you're Tommy X, and Tommy X is a big, big movie star, and he was at some of the Diddy parties, he was in one of those bedrooms with 3 other men, and he's happily married to a woman, and blah. Tommy doesn't want that video to come out. He does not want it to come out. Same thing for Jeffrey Epstein. Now, the interesting thing about the Epstein and the theory about Epstein is we know he filmed people for sure on that island. He has a lot of movies, a lot of films of people that are very, very powerful political figures, and entertainers, business people. So do you really believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? Of course not. Of course not. Yeah. Okay. So there's other theories that he's in Lebanon.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to unmute myself. Now, here's a video of Stephen Baldwin. He just looks very distressed.
It is my honor. It is my honor.
Now, Giggle said, why would anyone want to be famous knowing about these things? Well, because some people, they'll do anything for money and fame. That's why, beloved, some people will absolutely do anything for money and fame. I mean, I remember seeing videos where people were talking about this group of people. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want YouTube putting a notification on here, but they would say things about this group of people in Hollywood in the music industry who belong to a certain secret society, per se. And they would put in the comment section things like, well, how do I join? How do I get in touch with them? And they would be so serious. Some people are just idiots, okay? And some of these people became famous without knowing about this stuff until after the fact.
You know what the best part of the future is? You can say no. That's the best part of your future. In the future, things you don't believe in can come within your algorithm. And to those things you can say no. And then there can be people, even people too, can come around and they have an interest and an agenda, and you can look at those people in the future and say no. 2025 is going to be great. You know why? I'm going to say no.
You all heard that? He said in 2025, he's going to say no. What is he talking about? He's giving very cryptic messages, okay? Now let's go to this next one because he says something in here that I believe is absolutely true.
How is that going to make? De Niro's building a $1 billion studio. How is that going to make money? What's the business plan? Is it over 30 years? That's my question.
De Niro's 81, isn't he? Like, what? How old is De Niro?
But that's what I'm saying. In the rating system of Hollywood, PG-13, rated R, which rating is the most profitable?
I would say PG.
Wrong. It's G. The children's films that are animated stories like Cinderella are the most profitable in all of Hollywood, and yet they're 30% of the production. So why would the system make 70% of something that doesn't make as much as the 30%? Why? Because it's spiritual. Because the devil runs Hollywood. And he wants that negative 70% to teach your kids all these other things. But the 30%, which makes the most money, is happiness and loving your mom and dad, and they make the most money. Why would Hollywood make less of the most profitable?
Okay, so that's all very interesting. Now, here's a video, and thank you, Nona Jones, for becoming a YouTube member, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Okay, so now let's look at this next clip where Stephen's doing some weird dance, and somebody records it.
Instagram of Stephen Baldwin dance. Okay, has anyone else seen this clip going around on Instagram of Stephen Baldwin dancing with this logo right here and this caption with John 3:36? So again, I'll play it one more time for you guys. This is his official Instagram account. Everybody was pointing out the whole Punisher logo for, we know what the Punisher symbolizes. Now, if you do not know who Stephen Baldwin is, he's an actor, and he's also the father-in-law to Justin Bieber. Now, what I find odd is how everybody is pointing out in this video the Punisher logo that he had, showing that there's going to be judgment coming upon the elite who have been doing evil things behind the scenes, right? But I really want to focus in on another thing he said here in the caption, right? So he goes, "Yo, Hollywood, y'all effed around for too long, but hey, was coming back anyway, as where to be caught up in the air," that no one's bringing that part up. "Thought I'd give all unrighteous a little heads up. Apocalyptic is on the way." And then he shows John 3:36 at the top right. Now, John 3:36 is, "He who believes in the Son has everlasting life, and he who does not believe the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abides on him."
Okay, he's clearly throwing out some very serious subliminals. Okay, please pay attention. He's basically letting these people know that they're all going to be exposed, that their time is up, that everything's coming to fruition. Now, I want you all to pay attention, because we have to start separating ourselves, from these wicked things that occur in life, and people need to stop worshiping and praising these celebrities, because some of these people are absolutely nefarious, as we can now see. We're in the age of Aquarius. There are a lot of things that are going to be revealed. There are going to be a lot of truths that will come forward. Some people will not want to believe them. Some people, they will shock their consciousness, and they're not going to want to believe these things. They'll be in denial. Okay, they will not be awakened enough to understand or to even conceive that these things are actually happening, and that they've been happening right here, right in front of us, hidden in plain sight. They're not going to want to believe that some of the celebrities that they love and have praised for so long are into such satanic, demonic, and nefarious things, okay, of which some people could not even imagine. Okay, please pay attention. We're rising, we're rising in our levels of consciousness. Those of us who are willing to, evolve and look for the truth. Okay, the people who are not looking for the truth, the people who are afraid of the truth, who shun the truth, who deny the truth, those people will not be able to raise and elevate their levels of consciousness. They will not be able to rise along with the rest of us and to see the truth, to see beyond the smoke and mirrors. That's what they won't be able to do, and just remember that, because in the Bible it says that, some people will in fact be left behind. Now let's go to this next video of Stephen Baldwin.
To him, "You're in Hollywood." Stephen, I'm curious. You're a Christian. I'm a Christian under construction, meaning I got my flaws. I admit to him. You're in Hollywood. I believe you reach a certain level in Hollywood, and then there's just like the demons, like the Illuminati, the whole people come after you. Do you believe that too, or have you witnessed something like that happening in this industry at all?
Well, I believe that in the supernatural realm of spiritual warfare, there are people that pick sides. There are people, clearly, call it Illuminati, call whatever you want, but there is the spirit of this world, and the Lord of this world is Satan, according to what I believe. So with that in mind, you can do a deal with him to have all the pleasures of this world, because that way you're lifting him up and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I believe that some of that is relevant and prevalent. And, you can go to YouTube and Google and search on YouTube Illuminati, and you'll see stuff you wouldn't believe about very famous people, very famous musicians, and their music videos and images you clearly see in them that are satanic images.
So does that help you decide your next films and your work? Do you kind of have your faith, you base your next projects on your faith sometimes?
Well, yeah, no, I clearly don't do a lot of the stuff. Like for me, I'm responsible in the end of my life and in my legacy. I believe that I got to do the best I can to glorify God. That's me.
Okay.
So if I'm been a part of creating content and movies and stuff that overly, do too much gratuitous sex or violence or, bad language and this and that, I believe that it's better for me now going forward to try to make choices that have a more positive influence in that regard. Why? Because so much of it is negative now.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that minority that wants to make a difference to be positive.
Give him
Okay, so with that all been said, you all hear what he said. This man's exposing it. He said Hollywood is run by the devil, and we should all know that because I've told you all a myriad of times that the reason Hollywood, or the way Hollywood got its name, is because, they used the wood from the holly tree, okay, and fashioned it, carved it into wands, okay, like the Celtic Druids did back in the day, and these nefarious magicians or wizards, whatever you want to call them, warlocks, they performed black magic using wood from the holly tree. And that's why it's called Hollywood. Okay, please pay attention. So with that, I've been said, let's talk about Diddy real quick before I roll out of here. Let's talk about Diddy because I find it all so nefarious. At the end of the day, Diddy is doing the most. Let's not forget how he had that so-called meltdown the other day and wanted to act a whole idiot. Okay, didn't want to. He said that he needed to go to the hospital and all of that stuff. And probably just trying to get attention, in my opinion. Now, I can't say for 100% certainty, but I think he absolutely was on a whole clout chase. I just think he was on a whole clout chase and just also, to be honest, also likely suffering from anxiety, depression, or whatever from being in prison or being in jail, rather, for his first Christmas and not being able to be around his children and his mother and all of that. Okay, so this is a letter from Curtis Law PLLC that they wrote to the Judge Caprioni. Now they say, as you know, our firm represents plaintiff Jane Doe in the above action. We write to represent, hold on. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. It says that we write to request an adjournment, which means postponement, okay, to postpone something in legalese. So we write to request an adjournment of the January 10th, 2025 conference at this time. We have been in negotiations with defendants' counsel regarding service of process, scheduling, and case management across numerous related actions, and have faced delays caused by defendant Combs' refusing to leave his cell to accept service. So Diddy's just being problematic, so he won't leave his cell to accept service. Does he think that that's going to postpone or that's going to stop anything from actually occurring? Does he think that's going to just make it all just go away? If I don't go out of my cell and they can't serve me, then it's just over. No, Diddy, that's not going to happen. Please wake up. Okay, so we believe that we have now reached an agreement in principle with defendants' counsel, but are continuing to work out scheduling details in this and other cases. Moreover, Mr. Busby, who is the lead attorney in these matters, would like to be present and is unable to attend on January the 10th of 2025. If your honor would be so inclined to grant a brief adjournment to February, that would be appreciated by the parties. We thank the court for your time and appreciation to this matter. Okay, so basically they're asking if they can postpone it. They're supposed to have a hearing on January the 10th, but they're saying Tony Busby wants to be there and he's not going to be able to, likely because it's just right after the holidays or whatever. And so he wants to be present. So they're asking if the judge could please postpone it. But meanwhile, when they're trying to get Diddy information, Diddy didn't want to come out of his cell to get it. Like, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Now, someone did a TikTok about it, and I'm going to share that TikTok. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
First, this man has Diddy is refusing to leave his cell. First, this man has a hissy fit after Christmas because he couldn't believe that he was still in jail and he wasn't out on bond because he has high-powered attorneys. And now his lawyers are admitting that Diddy won't even leave his jail cell so they can talk about upcoming arrangements for his civil lawsuits. They have faced delays because defendant Combs is refusing to leave his cell to accept service. They really weren't lying when they said that Diddy's breakdown was him saying that he was pissed off at his attorneys for not getting him out because they are high-powered attorneys. What in the world? This man is having a serious power trip right now. You literally have your own lawyers right now snitching you out, saying that they are facing delays because you are refusing to leave your cell to accept service. So then I got to thinking, I wonder, Diddy won't leave his jail cell over this one lawsuit. So let's go back over the allegations in this lawsuit to see exactly what is being alleged. This Jane Doe that is filed by Tony Busby, and remind you, Tony Busby has filed over 20 lawsuits, so I find it pretty weird that Diddy is making it hard for this lawsuit in particular. On or around December 2022, a 29-year-old independent music artist who wrote, sang, rapped, and produced music was invited to a party in New York City hosted by Diddy. This Jane Doe alleges that she was invited to this party with several of her friends who were also independent musicians. And when she arrived at this party, she observed a large, white, elegant residence which stood apart from other homes in the area and was accessed by a large curved driveway. And I just gotta say, that sounds pretty similar to the residence that the Jane Doe that is suing Jay-Z and Diddy also described, but it may just be a coincidence.
Now, I want you to pay attention. It absolutely sounds very similar because the other Jane Doe, who says she was 13 at the time of the alleged incident, said that it was a white mansion with a U-shaped driveway. Now, this person says a white mansion with a curved driveway. Okay, do y'all see how this stuff is adding up? But see, people want to act like Jay-Z didn't do anything. Justin Bieber literally exposed Jay-Z years ago. Now, when he said that people wanted him to do these things that he didn't want to do, okay, and then he says they told him basically that Jay-Z did it, and that's how Jay-Z became a mogul, and that's the difference between being a millionaire and a billionaire, and told Justin that he could go from being just a performer to being a billionaire himself if he did it. I'm sorry, but allegedly, they're saying Jay-Z did it, and I believe it, okay, and Diddy too, and there's no telling how many other people. Please pay attention.
This Jane Doe said that once she got inside the residence, she saw servers that were offering food and drinks, and she recognized various celebrities from the music industry and television, including Diddy himself. Woman said that she was mingling with guests and she noticed a widespread use of a lot of different substances. She said that employees that were working for Diddy pressured all of the guests to consume these substances that were being provided and served by the house staff. She said she declined repeated offers to use these substances. Later on that evening, she drank a single glass of wine and she consumed no other substances throughout the night. She said at some point during the event, she was approached by Diddy and he was trying to have a conversation with her about her music career. She said Diddy allegedly expressed interest in her work, stating that he desired to help her elevate her career by featuring her on a track. Diddy then allegedly advanced this interaction by inviting this woman to his office, suggesting that they discuss the advancement of her career in private. This woman says after arriving in the office, she began to feel disoriented as if she was slipping in and out of consciousness, and it became clear to her that at this time she had been given substances. She said due to the effects of her laced drink, Diddy allegedly essayed her. She said that she could not stop him from doing so. It was if she was trapped inside her body, not participating, but not able to resist. She said the next thing that she remembers is waking up around 6 a.m., confused and disoriented in the same office where the assault took place. When she woke up, she discovered that she was bleeding and she had bruisings on her lip. She also found deep imprints on her arms and wrists, suggesting that she had been tied with ropes. She was overwhelmed with fear and panic and frantically started searching for her belongings, and then she would leave the residence. And the way that this woman describes herself as someone that was already in the industry, and Diddy just so happens to not be wanting to come out of his cell and making it difficult for this lawsuit in particular, when this man literally has over 40 lawsuits altogether. All of this is super weird to me. I don't know if it's this lawsuit in particular because this man literally is starting to have a record for the most lawsuits, or if it's just because he's on a ego power trip because he was just crying on Christmas because he couldn't believe that he was still in jail because he has high-powered lawyers. Diddy, get used to where you're at. May is still a long time away, and honestly, you're probably still going to be there after May, hopefully, if it goes the way most of us want it to go. But y'all let me know what you guys think about it.
Okay, so I find it all absolutely nefarious. I find it all absolutely nefarious. I mean, he don't want to come out and be served. Okay, hiding in his cell. That's not going to make it go away, Diddy. You need to just come on out and face the music, pun intended. Okay, that's what he needs to do. It's just all real crazy. So, but let me tell you guys something else because I almost forgot this tidbit of information. So, when Justin Bieber said what he said about Jay-Z, I believe that's why Jay-Z and Beyonce dissed him. Okay, I believe that's why they dissed him. Now I'm going to show you this video where they put up Justin Bieber's mugshot doing a performance. Why would they do that? Why would they put up Justin Bieber's mugshot? This more so makes me believe exactly what Justin Bieber said about Jay-Z. Okay, but before I go to that, let's watch this video. Now I've turned off the volume because they're playing music. Okay, as you can see, that was Justin and Jay-Z. Now, let's get into this report about Justin being clowned by Beyonce and Jay-Z. Okay, now I'm not going to play the video because I don't have permission, but what I am going to do is I'm going to let you hear the audio and I'm going to put an overlay of what they showed, of what they in fact showed about Justin during this performance. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. going to tell you what I think. I think that's all cap. Okay? I think that's all cap. Now, hold on. You all couldn't hear that? Okay, you all said you couldn't hear it. I don't know why it was muted. Hold on. Let me start it back over. Okay, let me start it back over, beloveds. I don't know why it was muted. Hold on. Hold on, let me replay that. Sorry about that, beloveds. Now, can you all hear it now? Once in the chat if you can hear it. Once in the chat if you can hear it. You all still can't hear it? Because I'm definitely playing the volume. Still no sound. Okay, hold on. I don't know what's going on here. This is real crazy. Hold on. Let me just remove this and put another overlay. Oh, I know what I did. I'm sorry. I didn't share the screen. I'm sitting here looking at it myself. Silly me. Okay, my apologies. Okay. Now, there it is right there. Sorry. Now I'm going to put the overlay back up. Okay, because I'm sitting here looking at it and thinking that you all are looking at it too. My mistake. Hold on. Now, let me put this overlay back up here. Thanks for letting me know, guys.
Beyonce and Jay-Z flashed Justin Bieber's mugshot during their On the Run tour. During an impressive 42-song set by Mr. and Mrs. Carter during their Miami show, there was a moment when mugshots of numerous famous faces flashed across a jumbo screen. And in the midst of the mugshot photo gallery, Justin Bieber's now famous photo was displayed while Beyonce said, "Even the greatest can fall." Okay, so while some are calling this display of a rather low point for Bieber a diss, Queen Bee is pretty much just humanizing him by pointing out that no one is perfect, and even those who are most successful make mistakes. Plus, by implying that he falls under a greatest category is a compliment in and of itself coming from Queen Bee. So don't go into labor and have a cow believers, all right? Bee was just making a dramatic point. Plus, I think as a power couple often put on a pedestal as being perfect, Jay and Bee wanted to show that public figures like Bieber are human. They make mistakes. They do things that they aren't proud of, and they just have to get up and dust themselves off just like everyone else. And plus, since the tour is titled On the Run, it seems only fitting that mugshots be included in the mix. What do you guys think? Was this a diss or just a really humanizing shout out? Let us know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe right over here and click.
Okay, so now I'm going to call cap on that. That's what I'm going to do. So you mean to tell me by showing Justin's mugshot, that's how she humanized him? Now, do you all see how people in the media, the lamestream media, how they paint these narratives to protect and defend Beyonce and Jay-Z? How was that humanizing him? Okay, that was clearly a dig. That's what that was. And likely because of Justin saying what he said about Jay-Z and how he became a mogul. I want you all to pay attention. Desi said that was dirty and low down. Of course it was. Now, I wonder, because I didn't attend that show, but I wonder, nor have I attended either of their shows ever in life, but I wonder if they flashed Jay-Z's mugshot, because he has one. Okay, he too has been arrested. So I wonder if they flashed that across the screen, okay? Or did they just show Justin's? But there is something I wanted you all to see. I'm going to mute the volume, but I want you all to see this picture of Justin and Beyonce. You all see that? You all see that? How Justin's head is like just almost resting against her bosom. I find it all interesting, don't you?
To show that public figures.
Hold on. Interestingly enough, they titled their tour On the Run. Okay, go figure. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Now, why would they do that? Why would they be clowning him? Okay, we've heard for years that Justin's been hanging out with Diddy, and there's been speculation of nefarious things being done to him. But it also looks like he was hanging out with Jay-Z. And as you can see, there's Kevin Hart on the other side. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. There he is with Jay-Z again. That's when they were performing and showed his mugshot, talking about to humanize him. Like, lady, please sit down somewhere. That's clearly not what they were doing at all. Okay, it's just all so crazy. But, you know, like I said, this just makes me further believe, you know, what Justin said about Jay-Z. Okay, that's what that does for me. And then also, let me just tell you all this. So remember when I told you how close he was supposedly around Marina Abramovich? Well, she supposedly got ticked off at him about some money. Ticked off at Jay-Z, that is. But hold on. Before I get into that, let's talk about Jay-Z and Justin, because this is something else that came out. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Okay, so this is what it says. Bieber tries to act like a big man around Jay-Z, but the teeny bopper just looked like a silly little boy making gangster signs behind the rapper. Now, this came out in 2013. Okay, this was reported in 2013. And as a matter of fact, the picture that they're talking about is this picture right here. They said he was trying to act like he was a big man around, see him holding up the gang signs, clearly trying to fit in. There's a reason why the big boys go off and play on their own. Justin, okay, I get how they're saying this. Hold on, let me reread that. There's a reason why the big boys go off to play on their own, Justin, so the little ones like you don't feel out of their depth. But as we all know, Bieber is a law unto himself and probably thought that he was being all grown up and big man on campus hanging around with Jay-Z and his crew. Sadly, the pop star just ended up looking like a silly little boy as he larked about throwing gang signs with his hands behind the rapper, who looked thoroughly unimpressed. Now, so did his friends, okay? Rapper Jermaine Dupri and actor Kevin Hart, who looked like they were on the verge of swatting the teeny bopper out of their way like an annoying fly. Even when they were seen getting out of a car together outside the nightclub in Miami, Florida, Jay-Z looked the other way and seemed eager to leave the car before the pop star. All this seemed to go unnoticed by Biebs, who looked like he was about to wet himself with excitement as he hung out with his idols. The group were later joined by Rihanna, a good friend of Jay-Z's, and who posted her own snap on Instagram. But strangely enough, there was no sign of Justin. This is all crazy. He's actually lucky that he even got close to the star after he stupidly compared himself to Mr. Carter recently. Referring to media reports about his juvenile and brattish behavior, he told Teen Vogue magazine that he was leading by Jay-Z's example. He said, I don't need to address every speculation. Remember when Cameron dissed Jay-Z? Jay-Z didn't even respond. Why didn't he respond? Well, because he's Jay-Z. And then someone said, yes, but you're not Justin and you never will be. But that's what they said. The person who posted this article or who wrote this article. So clearly trying to impress Jay-Z. This is all very interesting, okay? So, and then they have another one talking about how Justin Bieber is just like Jay-Z when it comes to handling rumors. Okay, so anyway, I just want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, this is all real crazy. Okay, and I never knew, honestly, as I said previously, I never knew that he was so close to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Okay, I had no idea. Another thing I found interesting was, what do you guys think about the fact that Beyonce donated $100,000? What What do you all think about Beyonce donating that $100,000 to Tony Busby's alma mater? Don't you all find that interesting? Don't you all find that interesting? Let's talk about it. Because I meant to tell you all this like a week ago. Okay? Beyonce's foundation makes a $100K donation to Tony Busby's alma mater amid Jay-Z grape allegations. Beyonce is giving back this holiday season, but the recipient may raise a few eyebrows. The singer's Be Good Foundation made a donation of $100,000 to the University of Houston's Law Center on December the 11th. The gift will go to her hometown college's criminal justice clinic, which will be used to hire a full-time director and see expanded services poured into the program. Now, this donation will allow for more students to enroll in the courses in the future. Now, she says, I am delighted that the Be Good Foundation has made this generous gift to the UH Law Center. Actually, that wasn't what Beyonce said. That's what Leonard Baines, who serves as dean of the UH Law Center, said in a statement. Not only will this funding help establish a full-time criminal justice clinic that provides pro bono legal services in our community, but it will also supercharge our already excellent criminal law and justice program. At UH Law, we envision a legal profession where everyone has the opportunity to prosper, as Be Good envisions, and we will achieve this vision by providing access to strong and effective legal representation in criminal proceedings. And together, through this gift, the Be Good Foundation and UHLC will shepherd the next generation of criminal justice attorneys in the city of Houston, the state of Texas, and the nation. Notably, the University of Houston happens to be attorney Tony Busby's alma mater. The lawyer represented a woman claiming that Beyonce's own husband, Jay-Z, raped her alongside Diddy when she was 13 years old after the MTV Video Music Awards, after an after party started in a new lawsuit. Okay, the college wrote a post about him in 2015 when he was named the Texas Lawyers 2015 Attorney of the Year. I told you all Busby's out here winning awards for his legal prowess, no less. UH Law Center alumni Tony Busby, 1997, one of the most successful trial lawyers in the nation, okay, has received top honors from one of the state's leading legal publications. Texas Lawyers Magazine has selected Busby as its 2015 Attorney of the Year. That's what the post read at the time. So, you have to ask yourself, why would Beyonce donate that money to Tony Busby's alma mater? Do you think she knew that was his alma mater? Do you think she knew? Because I think she did. I think that was a calculated move, and I think that was clearly a subliminal. Okay? Basically, letting him know that he was no match for them or for Alex Spiro. That's what I think. Now, I could be absolutely wrong, but then again, I could also be absolutely right. Okay? I just want you all to pay attention because I find it interesting because she could have donated that $100,000 to the HBCU in Houston, Texas Southern University. Now, why didn't she donate it to them? Okay? Why didn't she donate it to them? But she specifically donated it to a college where Busby has not only graduated from, but he's been hailed as one of the top lawyers in the nation and given awards by them. Okay? Deronda said, of course she did, Queen. Absolutely. I absolutely believe it. Okay? I absolutely believe it. Charlotte says, Beyonce is worse than Jay. Learn from the best. Sleeping with the enemy. Okay, these people are a whole hot mess. With that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning back in once again. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Now, listen, I told you guys I was investigating something that has nothing to do with Jay-Z and Diddy. I hope I can get to it today because every time I want to talk about it, some more Diddy and Jay-Z news comes up. So hopefully I'll get to it today, but I will be back live today. And here's the thing. You all let me know in the comment section because a couple of you, well, actually more than a couple, but some of you emailed me asking me if I would do something for New Year's Eve, if we could have like a New Year's Eve countdown. I don't know. I will consider it. Okay, I will consider it. And also, let me put the link to my Rumble channel in the chat again so you all can go right over there. You need to go right after this broadcast and watch the video where I tell you all the salacious, nefarious details about what Justin really said about Jay-Z and what really allegedly happened, okay, and how they really get down. It's all so sick. Please go and watch it. And I included some receipts, okay, clips and all of that, all right, with celebrities in some cases spilling the tea. All right, so With that all being said, please make sure you go over there. I just posted the link in the chat again. Don't forget to stop by my store, okay, and purchase you a t-shirt, you know, a sweatshirt, hoodie, whatever you like. There's tote bags. There's, you know, water bottles, you know, like those ones similar to this, but not quite. And then mugs and all of that. So make sure you go over there, and I have some new designs, and scroll all the way down because I have a lot of designs. Okay, so don't just look at the first ones. Keep scrolling because there's more. And I just recently added some. So over the Christmas holiday. Now, with that all being said, how many of you put ones in the chat if you guys want me to do a countdown for the new year? Ones in the chat if you want me to do a countdown for the new year tonight. Okay, I mean, I can absolutely do it because, hey, my man's going to be at work. Okay, my man's going to be at work. He works at a hospital, so he's going to be at work. All right, so, okay, so you guys are putting ones. All right, so we'll do a countdown for the new year. Okay, live on here tonight. Kita says, can we get those bracelets, LOL? Oh, these bracelets that I have, you know, maybe I'll get some of these to put on there also. I'll see if I can get that done, beloveds. Okay, so, well, it looks like I've been... Okay, Reggie said I'd be here for it. Okay, great. So we'll have a countdown to the new year tonight, and it's going to be fun. Okay, we're going to have some things going on, and we're going to have music and festivities. Okay, we'll do a little trivia, and I'll give away some prizes and all those things. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of this day. Keep those notifications on. All right. Keep those notifications on. Don't forget to run over to Rumble and watch that video, honey. Okay, it's not that long. It's like 35 minutes. But well worth the watch, okay? So anyway, and I'm going to be posting more stuff like that on there because I have lots of receipts. See, these are things I can't talk about on here, but I have the receipts, and I have years worth of receipts, okay? A lot of things about the Clintons as well, okay? So y'all pay attention. I'm going to be posting this stuff over the next few days. I promise you. All right. So with that all been said, I love you all to life. Each one, teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And remember, as always, you heard it here first. Okay. Please pay attention. All right. So until next time, beloveds, peace.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got